Morning, and thank you for being present again this Sunday morning. And hopefully, nakatulong kami sa inyo for the last couple of weeks. And this is going to be the last of the series. Pero we will continue doing webinars. And ang bala ko nga ay magkaroon ako ng not exactly a webinar, but a reaction to the market. Kung ano yung nangyari sa market for a particular week, kung meron mang nag-dominate na stocks sa trading for the last week or so, i-discuss ko yon. Pero we will not be doing the webinars anymore. So mostly reaction videos yun na ipopost namin sa YouTube channel namin. I-share din namin yun sa social media so para ma-access din ninyo. Anyway, ang topic natin today, i-share ko na sa screen. This is called market psychology, or stock market psychology. Okay. The purpose of market psychology is to prepare you for any eventuality once you jump into the actual trading or investing in the stock market. Kasi I'm sure before kayo mag-open ng accounts, umattend na kayo ng mga seminars, nagbasa na kayo ng libro in preparation for doing the actual trading. But even with those preparation, and based on my experience, once you're in it, naapektuhan pa rin tayo ng mga different factors na mostly emotional, na nakakapagbago or nakakapag-change or veer away tayo sa trading plan na pinipare natin. So today's session is to try to discuss and prepare you somehow. Bakit prepare you somehow? Kasi kahit na napag-usapan natin to, I'm 100% sure na makukumit nyo pa rin yung mga mistakes na pinag-uusapan natin today, for the next couple of hours. And hoping na when you look back, sasabihin yung sarili ninyo, yes, napag-usapan namin ito doon sa market psychology webinar ni Fernando. So it's a learning process na will be with you throughout the trading journey na gagawin ninyo. Ako, I already have 26 years experience, but aaminin ko sa inyo, until now, naapektuhan pa rin ako ng mga emotions and psychology na nakakapag-apekto ng profit and losses opportunity sa akin sa market. So we will proceed. So market psychology, and then we have to understand there are three factors that move markets. Number one, napag-usapan natin ito yung sa fundamental analysis. So yung fundamental data, so yung intrinsic value of a company, that moves market. Diba? So pagka naglabas ng earnings report yung company, it should reflect doon sa stock price. Dahil pag maganda earnings niya, dapat yung investors pupunta doon sa stock na yun. That is possible on an efficient market. Right now, sa status ng Philippine Stock Exchange, wala pa tayo doon sa pagiging efficient. Bakit? Kasi napakaliit pa lang nung percentage ng nagpa-participate sa stock market compared doon sa total number ng population natin. We less than 1% lang ang nagpa-participate sa stock market. And then out of that 1%, siyempre dominated pa siya ng mga institutions. So tayong mga retail, ilan-ilan lang tayo. Swerte na siguro tayong abutin ng mga out of 100,000 retail accounts, baka ang actively trading lang dyan is around 5,000. It's just a guess estimate on my part. So mostly, ang nagpapagalaw ng market natin is institution. Sino-sino yung mga banks, insurance, mutual funds, government financial institution, and then yung pinakakatakutan natin or pagkakasabay naman natin sila, gustong-gusto natin, foreign funds. So yan usually ang nagdo-dominate sa stock market. So minsan may company na naglalabas ng magandang earnings, hindi siya gumagalaw, no? Madaming cases na gano'n. Okay, so hindi pa kasi efficient yung market natin. Number two factor that moves market is yung technical data. Ito yung technical analysis. So objective study siya of price and volume. Bakit price? Kasi ang price, remember, moves in a certain trend. No? So study siya ng trend and ano yung kasunod ng trend? Reversal. Okay? So halimbawa, umakyat yung stock price. So that is a trend moving upwards. Sa technical data, inaabangan natin yung reversal naman, di ba? So kung kailan siya bababa. In the same manner, pagka bumababa yung trend ng stock price, inaabangan natin yung reversal na paakyat na siya. So it's a study of price, particularly trends and reversal. And then yung volume, tinitingnan natin where is the money going into. Kasi pag walang volume yung isang stock, walang perang pumapasok doon, walang buyers. No? So napaka-basic niyan pero napaka-importante sa technical data. And then number three, factor which we are going to tackle today, yung market psychology. Bakit? It is the emotions that drive prices higher or lower. So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung state ng emotion ng tao, malalaman natin na kung aakyat yung stock, particular stock or hindi. Irregardless kung efficient yung market or hindi. Yun ang maganda sa market psychology. Kasi kung ang lahat ng tao positive dito sa isang stock na to, aakyat siya. Kahit na ano pang bad news na lumabas. No? So yun yung market psychology. In the same manner, nag-prepare ka ng trading plan mo, sa tingin mo, perfect na yung trading plan mo, although there's no such thing as a perfect trading plan. Pero in your belief, personal belief, tama yung pinipare mo, lumusob ka sa market, you bought the stock price hoping that it will go up, and then all of a sudden, it went against you. So may mga psychology din na nakaka-affect about that, which i-discuss natin in detail later. Okay? Now, price is all perception. Bakit siya perception? Pumunta ka sa, sino na nakapunta sa mga art galleries? Ako, I tried siguro once or twice. No? Hindi ako masyado mahilig sa art na, lalong-lalo na yung mga visual arts. Gusto ko yung mga art, yung mga punta kayo sa Paite, Laguna. No, gusto ko yung mga gano'n, nahawakan. Ayoko yung nakikita, nakahang sa ball. No? So, pag pumunta ka sa isang art gallery, makikita ka yung splashes lang ng mga paints. No? Pag tinanong mo yung katabi mo, ano yung nakikita mo? He will explain, ganito yung nakikita ko, sobrang artistic nung kanyang explanation. Ikaw naman, parang ano lang to, ito yung anong tawag doon, anuhan ng paint ng painter. So, yun ang nilagay niya sa wall. But again, if this guy thinks it's a very artistic piece, he is willing to pay so much just to get that that piece of artwork. No? So, kung ikaw hindi ko bibilin to kahit 500 pesos, siya, he is willing to pay 10,000 pesos. So, you have to gauge yourself how much you are willing to pay for a particular purchase. So kahit na yan, art, real estate, jewelry, and stock, most importantly, perception becomes reality when once it is paid. No? So pagka sinabi ng trading plan mo, itong particular stock na to, hindi dapat umabot ng 2 piso. No? Base doon sa trading plan na ginawa mo. Pero merong willing mag-pay kahit na 250 na or 3, even at 4 pesos. So, price is all perception. Okay? So wag mong i-stick yung mindset mo doon sa trading plan mo na ito yung totoo, ito yung perfect. There's no such thing as perfect trading plan. Okay? Next. Ito. This is what you are going to face when after learning all the things that you are supposed to learn, no? Sa webinars, seminars, books, tapos mga talks mo, private talks mo with colleagues. Ito pa rin yung emotional hurdles na haharapin mo in completing a trade. So, number 1 is fear on placing the order. Lahat ng tao dadaan dito. Kahit na 1 linggo ka na nagpe-prepare ng trading plan mo and ready ka na backtest mo na, gumawa ka na ng mock trading, tumali ka na sa mga online tournament, nag-top 1 ka or nag-top 10 ka, ito pa rin yung unang-unang problema mo. Fear on placing the order. Kasi iba yung emotions running inside you kung mock trading or online tournament lang yan. There's no money involved. If there's money involved, the game changes dramatically. So yung the first time na you will press the buy button, napakahirap nun. Halos lahat ng daliri mo, kamay mo, itututok mo ganun para lang mapindot mo yung buy button. Okay? Pag napindot mo na yung buy button, the next emotional hurdle naman na harapin mo is fear of losing money. Bumili ka na at 1 peso, biglang nag-drop sa 95. So you are facing 5% loss na. Aakyat naman ngayon ng 110, 10% gain ka na. Do I book the profit? Sa trading plan mo, you are supposed to book the profit at 150. So kaya lang, yung fear mo ng losing money, sabihin mo, baka mawala pa yung 10% ko. So, nagdi-deviate ka ngayon doon sa trading plan mo. Tama? Number 3, fear on taking profits. Ganun din. Kahit na umaakyat na siya, 10%, 20%, kunin ko na ba? 50 pa yung aking trading plan. Umabot ng 50. Okay? Hindi ka pa rin nag-take ng profits. Bakit? Kasi feeling mo tataas pa din. So, yung fear on taking profits, kahit profitable na, nangyayari pa din sa tao yan. And I will explain it to you later kung paano nag-i-evolve yun. Okay? Now, how do you overcome the emotional hurdles? Siyempre, kung mayroon kang hurdles, kailangan mayroon kang plan. So, number 1, you have to come up with a method or strategy or system, kung ano man ang tawag ninyo. Sa akin, sa trading method ko, trading not investing, I always use my KISS strategy. It has worked for me for the last 26 years. Back-tested ko na yan. It doesn't mean 100% I'm always making money. Pero kung makikita ninyo yung KISS strategy ko, lagi ako may fallback, lagi ako may cut loss point. So there are times, baka there are more instances pa nga nag-take loss ako. Okay? So on your own, as you develop your own system, makakapag-backtest kayo what works for you. So yun yung strategy, method, or system na gagamitin ninyo pag nagpaplano kayo ng trading plan. I'm not imposing na gamitin ninyo yung KISS. Kung nag-uumpisa ka pa lang, you have to try everything din. No? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, when you open an account, you will commit all the mistakes. So, mas better na makommit mo yung mistakes mo at the start kaysa nung nasa dulo ka na, malalaki na yung accounts or yung amount of money na pinapasok mo. Number 2, how to overcome the emotional hurdles, manage your money. Yun nga, huwag kang masyadong aggressive. Although alam ko, some of you here can open 1 million, 2 million account easily. Pero pagka nag-aaral ka pa lang, don't do it. As much as possible, go through the process. Mag-mock trading ka muna. First pala, magbasa ka muna. Umattend ka ng mga webinars, seminars. No? Absorb everything that you can, no? sa mga nauna na sa market. And then, mag-mock trading ka. Ano yung mock trading? Yun yung paper trading. Kasi yung prices naman na nakikita mo is actual prices, di ba? So, pwede kang gumawa ng sa sarili mo. Kunwari, okay, ang trading plan ko is buy here at 1 peso. This particular stock. Gumawa ka na ng mock trading, buying 100,000 at 1 peso. So, tingnan mo ngayon, will I sell at 150? So, magpo-post ka na ngayon ng target price mo at meron ka ding cut loss point. So that is managing your money, no? So iniingatan mo yung pagsabak mo sa market, hindi ka nag-all in at once at the start or at the same time. And then number 2, you manage yourself. Sabi ko nga, we are just human beings. Affected tayo ng emotions, no? So ito yung dinidiscuss natin ngayon. And hopefully masusolusyonan natin. Pero don't be 100% aggressive, no, na pagkatapos na itong seminar or webinar na to, emotionally prepared or psychologically prepared ka na sa market. You are not. You will never will be until you experience all of these emotional hurdles. So, ang managing yourself is preparing. So, ito part na to ng preparing. At least meron ka na ng idea. Kasi pag na-commit mo during actual trade, uy, teka, ito yung napag-usapan namin sa webinar. Baka ma-avert mo or ma-avoid mo, di ba? So, yun ang purpose nito. But generally, the purpose is to make money consistently. Ito yon. Or take away money from someone else over and over again. Bakit take away money from someone else? Mang-hold up ba tayo? Mang-scam ba tayo ng mga tao? No, the stock market is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. No? So as much as possible, lagi ka dapat nasa winner instead of losing. Kung meron ka man losing trades, nami-minimize mo yon. Kaya nga, make money consistently. Yun yung purpose nito. Hindi ibig sabihin 100% of the time you will make money, but you have to be consistent. If you can make 10% a month consistently, no, and then you out of that 10% gain, you are trading 50 times. Tapos doon sa 50 times na yun, 40 times ka nag-lose, 10% lang, 10 times lang yung winning. Pero the 10 times that you win, mas malaki yung amount na kinikita kaysa doon sa losses mo na 40 times. That is making money consistently pa din. Diba? Kasi nag-average ka, you're netting 10% a month. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, we have to also understand that there are 4 stages of a bull market. Napaka-importante nito. Right now, I think we are on pessimism, no? Dahil affected tayo. Everybody's affected psychologically ng COVID-19. Why do I say so? No? Takot na takot nga tayo lumabas. Hindi tayo lalabas ng walang face mask or protective goggles or face shield. Pag nandun tayo sa grocery, as much as possible, ayaw mo mababangga ng mga kasalubong mo. Diba? Same thing pagka if you're doing using public transportation, ayaw mo may makatabi. Buti na nga lang maintain nila yung 1 meter distance. No, dapat iiklian na nila yon. So, sa same with the stock market, parang yung mga iba, hopeless na hopeless. May mga nagpo-post nga na may nakikita ako sa social media, nagpo-post sila. PSEI. Okay. So, flat lang. So, hopeless, sasabihin nila. Walang kita. When I look at the individual stocks, sabi ko, bakit? Ang gaganda ng return ng iba. So, mali yung perception nila. No? Kaya lang, pessimistic sila about the entire process ng stock market during the COVID-19 period. No? So, after the pessimism, mag-grow yan. They grow on skepticism. Kasi may mga mangilan-ngilan na makakakita na, uy, meron ng mga stocks na gumagalaw kahit na nandito pa tayo sa COVID-19 crisis. Diba? Kagaya nung other session natin, in-identify ko yung mga sectors and stocks na sa tingin ko magli-lead. No? It's not a guarantee that you will make money, but based on my preparation, ito yung mga sector and stocks na magli-lead. So, meron ng konting makakakita ng ganyan. So, they will grow slowly. So, kung kayo, nakakita na rin kayo ng set of stocks and sectors na magli-lead, kayo na yung few na mag-take advantage sa supposed recovery ng COVID-19 crisis. And then they will mature on optimism. So, pagka nakita ka nung tao na pessimistic, uy, kumikita to, bakit siya kumikita? Ako, hindi ako kumikita. Ilang buwan na, since March. Titingnan niya ngayon yung ginagawa mo or makikinig siya sa sinasabi mo. And then, he will try to emulate or do the things that you're doing para kumita din siya. So, yun yung tinatawag natin, they will mature on optimism. So, pagka-optimistic na lahat ng tao or majority, hindi pa naman lahat, akit na yung market. Okay? And then the 4th stage is yung they die on euphoria. Merong pessimistic, di ba? Merong mga ngilan-ngilan na nakakita. And then, halos lahat gusto ka nang gayahin kung ikaw yung unang mga nakakita ng mga opportunity sa market. Yung mga nakakita na yon, most of the time, sila yung euphoric. No? Ano ibig sabihin euphoric? Pag umakit na yung market, todo-todo, sila na yung mga feeling geniuses. Yan yung mga nagpo-post ng mga chart. Okay, this is how much I made. Maglalabas na ng mga portfolio from their brokerage houses, di ba? So usually, yun yung they die on euphoria. Signal na yan na nagtatap na yung market. So kung kayo, nakikinig kayo ngayon for the past couple of weeks, don't come into the market pag euphoria na. Okay? Kasi pag euphoria na, tops na yan, ang tawag dyan, sucker stage na, papasok ka. While those that are optimistic nung nasa pessimistic stage pa lang, and then yung nasa skepticism, and then yung optimism, sila na yung nagbebenta on euphoria. Ikaw ngayon, nadala ka doon sa mga post sa social media, we are making 200% on this stock, 300% total on the market. Pasok ka ngayon, open ka ng account, and then you buy on euphoria. Okay, so yan yung stages ng bull market na umiikot-ikot lang. Okay? Now, talking about euphoria, if you can check, no, December 13, 2017, I posted in my social media account something about euphoria. And bakit ko dapat pinopost ito or pinapalaminate ko? Because I was the first. So you can check anywhere in the world. I was the first to call the Bitcoin rise in 2017 euphoria stage. Okay, sabi ko nung December 13, 2017. In any market, sabi ko, equities, forex, futures and commodities, bonds, options, and of course cryptos, na yung mga Bitcoin, is a clear sign for you to get out pag nasa euphoria stage na. So walang pili yan kung stock market yan, forex, futures and commodities, bonds, option, or Bitcoin. Pag euphoria na, get out. Okay. Ang problema ko doon sa crypto, the first 5 markets above have enough liquidity and processes if you sell. So ibig sabihin, yung equities, forex, futures, bonds, and option, pag nagbenta ka, may processes yan and liquidity para makabenta ka. And more importantly, withdraw your funds. The last one, yung sa crypto, sabi ko, what the fuck, what the heck. Totoo yun. Alam niyo kung bakit ako nagsalita ng ganito? Anong araw ba yung December 13? I don't know, mga weekend siguro yan. Because it was on a Friday dinner time. I was in Bacolod, yung mga few days before December 30. I think nag-present din ako ng seminar or nag-present lang ako ng talk with a few clients. So usually, after that presentation, dinner, konti inuman. During the dinner, I was approached by a seaman, mataas ang katungkulan niya. And I can clearly say, napaka-confident niya sa sarili niya. We talked about Bitcoin kasi Bitcoin back then was, in December 2017, was like, reaching 18,000, 19,000 pesos. Diba? So galing lang from where? 250 pesos. So umakyat siya nung December 2017 to 18 or 19,000 if I'm not mistaken. So sabi niya sa akin, okay yung stock markets pero mas malaki kita sa Bitcoin, sabi niya sa akin. So hindi ko naman siya pwedeng kontrahin dahil totoo naman sobrang laki nung inakyat ng Bitcoin. I asked him a simple question. Sabi ko, pag sa laki nung kinita mo sa Bitcoin, how do you sell? Ano yung process para ma-withdraw mo yun? Na-stop siya. Now, it seems to me na he doesn't know how to get out of the cryptos market. No? So sabi ko gano'n, kung ito hindi niya alam, mukhang confident naman siya na naiintindihan niya yung ginagawa niya. Paano pa yung mga ibang tao na hindi nakakaintindi ng cryptos market? So it means to me na bili lang ng bili yung mga tao kaya na-push pataas yung Bitcoin. Nung time na yun, 2017. And then sabi ko, euphoria na to. If somebody is confident enough to talk to me about Bitcoin, tapos simple question na, how do you get out? Hindi niya mapaliwanag. Sabi ko, euphoria nito. So on kailan to? I think December 19 of 2017, Bitcoin collapse. Okay? So, nung December 13, I said, euphoria stage na, time to get out. So, ano ba yun? Nanghula lang ba ako or chamba, analysis ba ang tawag doon? No. Ando doon sa 4 stages ng bull market yun. I knew at that time, Bitcoin was at euphoria stage. Kasi lahat genius na eh. Ako nga, hindi ko masyadong naintindihan yung mechanism ng Bitcoin back then at 2017. Kaya ako nagtanong, how do you get out? How do you book your profit? Sabi ko, laki na ng kita. Hindi niya ako masagot in a way na masasatisfy ako. Sabi ko, saan mo kukunin? Anong bank ang accredited? Pwede mo bang i-withdraw yan sa ATM? So, ang gulo nung paliwanag niya sa akin. Sabi ko, this is euphoria. I'm not trying to tell everybody na masama yung Bitcoin or hindi kayo kikita dyan. I just said, euphoria na yung time na yon, stage niya. So it really does happen. Yung stages na yon, titingnan ninyo mabuti. And it will help you decide on your trading decisions. Okay? Meron pang isa nangyari. 1634, tulip mania, hindi Hoka mania, no? So yung mga hilig sa wrestling dito. The first recorded asset bubble. In 1634, the fashionable tulip bulb. When you say tulip bulb, parang rose bulb, isang ganon, isang tangkay, tapos may bulaklak sa dulo, was introduced in the market. Okay, so first time in-introduce yung tulip. Saan siya in-introduce? He was introduced in the Netherlands, yung Dutch Republic. Dutch Republic during the 1600s or 1700s was the leading economic and financial power at that time. So kung yung America noon nakikipag-away pa sa mga Indians, ang Netherlands established na yung economic and financial centers nila sa bansa nila. Ibig sabihin, madaming mayaman. Okay? Hindi ko lang na ano yung per capita income niyan, but it was the highest at that time. No? Now, the bubble was burst when no one wants to buy the seller price on February of 1637. So, meron siyang run na about 3 years. So, anong nangyari dyan? Nung in-introduce yung tulip bulb, o yung bulaklak na tulip, nagdilihan yung mga tao. Most likely, yung mga lalaki, during that time, siguro yung mga women nasa bahay lang. So, mga lalaki nagtatrabaho. To impress your wife or your girlfriend, you buy this tulip bulb kasi siya yung pinakauso during that time. And maganda naman talaga ang tulip, di ba? Dahil yung mga kulay niyan, buhay na buhay. So nagbilihan ng mga tao. Bakit nagka-bubble? Siyempre, dumating yung time na hindi na masyadong nagugustuhan ng mga babae. Like, nananawa, ayan na naman ang uwi mo sa akin, tulip na iba naman, chocolates naman siguro, di ba, or something. So what happened to the tulip? Ito yun, no? In 1634, umakyat siya, Danay, paki-admit muna yung sa waiting room, mamarang sa picture. From 10, I don't know kung ano yung currency na gamit na ito, no? So i-assume na lang natin na dollars, kunwari. From 10, umakyat siya 1636 up to mga 50. Okay? So, ilang percent return na yon? That is 400% return. Pero nag-peak siya nung 1637 at 200. Okay? And then nag-die down din. So, kung makikita mo, siguro ito yung skepticism, pessimism, optimism, and then ito na yung euphoria. So, yung 4 stage of the market, bull market, present din nung sa tulip mania. Same thing with the Bitcoin. No? So nung nalaos yung tulip sa mga babae siguro, I don't think naman na lalaki matutuwa sa tulip everyday, bibili ka ng tulip for yourself. So, nag-crash yung presyo, bumalik halos sa almost zero. Nobody wants to buy the tulip anymore. So, siya yung first recorded na asset bubble. Masi-search din niya sa internet, ano? Search nyo lang yung tulip mania. Maganda, may mga lessons, may mababasa kayong mga lessons about that. Okay? Now, question. Why do most people lose money in the stock market? Ang sagot dyan, it's not because hindi ka ready sa market. Kalimitan nga, ready ka na sa market. Kasi umattend ka na ng seminar, nag-attend ka ng webinar, nagbasa ka na ng books, nag-compare ka na ng notes, nag-backtest ka na, nag-mock trade ka na. So prepared ka na. Ang problema, you lose money because people make emotional and not rational decisions. So pagka emotions na ang nag-take over, tinatapon mo na yung trading plan mo, hindi mo na sinusunod yon. Just like what I said, ano bang prepare ko na chart? Is it static or yung active? Sabi, lagi kong ini-emphasize sa inyo, I prefer static. No? Sa akin, on my own, mas gusto ko kasi na naka-prepare ako the day before. So pag nag-open na yung market the following morning, hindi ko nakikita yung galaw sa chart. Okay? Kasi pag active yung chart na ginagamit mo, makikita mo yung up and down doon, galaw. And masyadong hypnotic yon sa mga tao. Yun na yung pinanonood mo instead of following your trading plan. So emotional ka na, nag-react ka na sa baba at akyat ng stock instead of following your trading plan. So doon nagkakaroon ng mga losses. No? Explain natin further. Ito nga, ingredient fear. Ito yung two emotions na nakaka-apekto sa tao. I think it was Stock Market 101, kinuwento ko yung kwento, tunay na kwento sa mga long term. I will touch it again for those who are just attending the sessions right now. You attended webinar, seminars, read books, backtesting, nag-mock trading ka na, you compared notes with your friends, no? Ready ka na sa pumasok. Sa trading plan mo, you identify the particular stock, ABC, si stock ABC. And you decided na ang entry price level mo is around 1 peso. Okay. Tumama yung trading plan mo. Umabot siya ng 1 peso and you bought. Okay, bumili ka na. So, ine-execute mo na yung trading plan mo. Sa trading plan mo, ang target exit mo is 150. Okay, for a 50% a profit. So, inaantay mo na lang siya umabot ng 150 and lalabas ka na. Maganda yung trading plan mo. Nag-identify ka ng stock na fundamentally sound, umanap ka ng entry price which is 1 peso, meron kang exit price at 150. And sa trading plan mo, meron ka pang cut loss point. Ano yung cut loss point mo? 90. So 10% yung tolerance mo sa loss. So 50% ang target profit mo, ang loss mo naman is 10%. So fundamentally sound yung trading plan mo. Ito na ngayon, umakyat na si stock ABC, umabot ng 150. Okay, since feeling pagka tumama yung yung analysis mo, naaabot siya sa 150. Ang unang-una mong makaramdaman diyan, ang galing ko pala. Okay? Excuse me lang. Danay, can you accept merong nasa waiting room nakaharang sa aking Okay. Okay, going back. Na-hit na yung 150. And then, teka lang hindi ko, naiilang kasi ako dito eh. Yan, okay. Na-hit na yung 150. Ang unang-unang mararamdaman mo is, napakagaling ko pala. Ang dali-dali naman pala yung stock market na to. Kayang-kaya ko gawin to anytime. Alright? So, out of that emotion, nagiging greedy ka naman, di ba? Okay? So, kayang-kaya ko pala to eh. Ang dali-dali naman pala. And pagka-hit ng 150, you go back to your trading plan. Titingnan mo uli ngayon sa chart. May momentum pa, okay? Sabi ni Sir Ferdy, pwedeng masustain yan basta may volume. Okay, pasok pa. Ano yung next target? 2 pesos. Okay, a-adjust mo ngayon yung trading plan mo dahil nagiging greedy ka, dahil confident ka. 2 pesos na ako ngayon lalabas. Umabot ng 2 pesos. Pagdating ng 2 pesos, mas lalo kang naging confident, mas lalo kang naging greedy. Okay, so anong gagawin mo? Balik ka uli sa chart. Aral-aral ka, nag-plot ka na naman, support, resistances. You came into a conclusion na, okay, kayang umabot sa 3 pesos. Why not? Diba? Tumama ka sa 150, tumama ka sa 2 pesos. So greedy na greedy ka, diba? So you are looking forward to selling at 3 pesos for a 200% return kasi 1 peso yung entry mo, diba? Okay, inanood mo. From 2 pesos, hindi siya umakyat. Okay, bumalik sa 150, original selling price mo. Since nagbabasa ka ng mga books and nakikinig ka sa mga guro, sa mga online or sa mga post nila, kalimitan may encounter ka na kasabihan na nothing goes up on a straight line. Diba? So kailangan magpahinga and mag-retrace ng mga stocks. No? So sasabihin mo, ano lang to, correction. Nabasa mo yan nabasa mo, which is true. Nangyayari talaga. So from 2 pesos, bumaba ng 150. Ang resolution mo sa sarili mo, pagbalik ng to, magbebenta na ako no matter what. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kahit na mayroon pang chance ako makat higher than 2, hindi na, magbebenta ka na. Pero ang original selling price mo lang, target mo is 150. So nasa 150 siya. Again, you went back to the market, nag-open uli market, inaantay mo bumalik siya sa 2 pesos. Hindi nangyari. Bumaba sa 1 peso. Okay? So wala kang loss, wala kang gain. Ano naman ang sasabihin mo sa sarili mo? You always try to justify. Bakit mo gina-justify? Kasi fearful ka na. Nung nanggaling siya sa 2 pesos, at bumaba ng 150, ginastify mo yung fear mo na correction lang yan. Okay? From 150 to 1 peso, ang justification mo naman ngayon sa sarili mo, ang sasabihin mo, ang tanga-tanga ko naman. Nakita ko na nga sa 2 pesos ito magsisell pa ba naman ako sa 1 peso? I will wait for it to go back to 150, yung original selling price ko, okay na ako doon. Ang problema mo, from 1 peso, hindi na bumalik ng 150, bumaba ng 90 cents. Ito ngayon ang problema mo. At problema ito ng mga may asawa, either husband or wife, kung sino man yung nagtitrade sa kanila. So kung lalaki ka, ang problema mo yung wife. Pag bumaba ng 90 cents yan, tatawag na yan sa cellphone mo. Ano yung sabihin ng asawa mo? Han, di ba bumili ka ng stock ABC, niyayabang mo sa akin. Sabi ng boss ko na nagtitrade din sa stock market, umabot ng 2 pesos yan Okay? So 100% return. So yung 100,000 natin, 200,000 na. Baka naman pwede mo akong balatuhan, sabihin ng wife mo. Anong isasagot mo? Hindi ba hindi ka nakabenta ng 150, hindi ka nakabenta ng 2, hindi ka nakabenta ng 1, nasa 90 cents na. Ano isasagot mo? Han, long term tayo. Yun yung mga long-term by accident, hindi sila long-term by choice. Kasi dinistinguish natin yung trading sa long-term, long-term investing or investor, di ba, kahapon. Ito yung mga nagiging long-term or investor by accident. Kasi originally, by choice, gusto lang nila mag-trade 1 peso to 150, bonus na kung umabot ng 2 pesos. Pero naapektuhan sila ng greed and fear. Okay? Ang problema mo, yun ang sinabi mo, long-term tayo. After several weeks, umabot na ng 40 cents. So from 10% loss, actually 100% gain dahil umabot ng 2 pesos, you are now facing 60% loss. Masakit na sa bulsa yun. Ano ngayon ang gagawin mo? I mean, mag-aaral ka ba ng todo-todo? Magpupuyat ka magdamag? No. Ang usual na ginagawa ng tao, they ask for what? Divine intervention. Pupunta na sila ng Quiapo at Baclaran, luluhod doon at didipa. Lord, pabalikin mo lang sa piso yung binili kong stock and magtatayo ako ng foundation. So, ang moral of the story doon, learning process yun. Lahat tayo dadaan sa greed and fear. I went through that the same way as you did or you will do in the future. Until now, after 26 years, affected pa rin ako ng greed and fear. I make trades na nakita ko umakyat na ng todo-todo and watch it fall back only to lose when I closed out the trades. But one thing is for sure, hindi na ako aabot ng asking for divine intervention. Okay? Sa inyo, aabot kayo dyan, lalong-lalo na sa mga newbies. Okay? The proper thing to do is you ask for divine intervention bago ka pumasok sa trade, hindi yung nandoon na down ka na ng 60%. So yan ang tunay na story ng mga long term. Pag nakikita ninyo sa stock market, long term ako sinasabi nilang gano'n. For example, yung sa dito, may mga bumili dyan sa 8 pesos, 7 pesos, nung may speculation ng third telco. Pag tinanong mo yan, bakit hindi ka pa nagka-cut? Long term ako Loko mo yung sarili mo. Ano ka long term hindi pa nga gagawa ng dito yung mga plans nila. Pag nagawa na nila at may pumasok na revenues, kung ka mag long term. Right now, you trade the developments. So trading pa din ang stock na dito, hindi siya pang long term. Until such time na meron na siyang mga developments na kumikita na yung company. Okay? So yan yung greed and fear. Huwag kayong matakot dyan. It's part of the learning process. Okay. How to solve the, sorry, balik ka. How to solve the problem of emotion. So kailangan mo maging smart ka. Okay. Ask yourself each time you make a trading decision, is this smart? Diba? Kagaya no, nung bumaba na ng 150 coming from 2, smart ba na antayin mo pa ulit bumalik doon? Take the profit. Nobody gets hurt taking the profit. Diba? May nagtanong sa akin nito, hindi ko lang matandaan. I think it was during one of the traders night kwentuhan, no, with the Singapore traders. Sabi ko, nobody gets hurt taking the profit. Whether you took it 20% tapos umakit pa siya ng 50%, it doesn't matter. Profit is a profit. Book it and then move on to another trade. Diba? If that trade is still giving you an opportunity, then go back to it. Prepare ka uli ng panibagong trading plan. Okay? The market cannot take away money from you unless you allow it. And that's not being smart. Kagaya nung kwento ko doon sa greed and fear, kung inalaw mo bumalik from 2 pesos, umabot ka pa ng 90 cents, umabot ka pa ng 40 cents, you allowed it, and that is not being smart. No? Hindi kasalanan yun nung market. The market doesn't know you. Wala siyang pakialam sa'yo. So wag mong pe-personalin, sasabihin mo, itong market na to sinasadya. No, it's not. You're the one who's making decisions. O ikaw yung naapektuhan ng emotions mo, hindi yung market. Okay? Now, ito yung mga psychological trading mistakes na makukumit natin paulit-ulit throughout our trading journey. The fear on missing out, yung FOMO. Okay ba? Sa mga first time na nakarinig nung word na to, hindi ito something like sexual or sexual orientation or something. Ano? This is fear on missing out. Ang mistakes na ginagawa mo dyan, you take every single trade you see. Ito ngayon yung mga nanonood naman ng mga ticker. Alam niyo yung ticker, yung dumadaan sa ibabaw ng trading platform ninyo. Tapos pag nanonood kayo, let's say, ng ANC, makikita ninyo yun sa ibaba, di ba? Or CNBC sa baba. Nung 90s, wala kaming trading platform. It's true, we are monitoring yung ticker. Nung nag-uumpisa pa nga ako sa stock market, akala ko real time yun. It's not. Delayed pala yun ng several, hindi lang seconds nung 90s, minutes pa nga ata eh. So I'm seeing a false market, di ba? Pero there are people na they create a good method in choosing stocks based on ticker. Pero napakahirap nun eh. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kasi hindi naman siya real time and done transactions na yan. So nakikita mo, bumagalaw. Dito dumadaan. So ang tendency mo, habulin ko yung dito eh, yun ang gumagalaw eh, yung dumadaan sa ticker tape eh. At pagka nakita mong madalas siyang gumagalaw, letter B, no, yung psychological trading mistake na gagawin mo, nag-oversize ka ng position. Kung ang pera mo, let's say 500,000, ang discipline mo is 100,000 lang ako per stock. Excuse me. Pero nakita mo, dumadaan ng todo. Lalampas ka doon sa threshold mo ng 100,000. Baka mag-all-in ka pa. So yung 500,000, itotodo mo doon sa dito dahil nakikita mo siyang gumagalaw ng mabilis. Yun yung FOMO, fear on missing out. Kasi wala naman siya sa trading plan mo. It also happens doon sa live charting, no? Pag nakikita mo galaw ng galaw yung isang particular stock, sisilipin mo yan. Ano nangyayari dito? Makikita mo yun sa chart. Uy, ibibigay ng 10% ah. Within the day. So kaya mo pa nga tawag doon, intraday trades. Ang problema, FOMO ka na, umakyat na yung stock eh. Okay, so how do you avoid FOMO naman? Ito yung solution. You stay away from chat rooms and social media. Ang sabihin sa akin, sir, wala naman ako ibang makakausap sa bahay namin. Walang may alam sa stock market. So yun, pamasok ka sa office, baka dalawa lang kayo nagtitrade sa stock market. So you need the community. Now be careful with the community that you join. Lalong-lalo na sa social media. Alam mo naman kapag based on experience na rin, lagi na lang hype ang nangyayari dito sa group na to, then move on, lipat ka sa ibang group. Okay? So wala namang pilitan yan eh. Unless sumali ka dun sa group or tribo na nagbayad ka ng 300,000, malaki problema mo. No? So as much as possible, stay away from FB groups or chat rooms na puro hyping ang nangyayari. When we say hyping, yun yung mga, you will see statements like, bumili na kayo, ready na to take off to the moon ito. Or yung mga tipong sumakay na kayo dahil maiiwan kayo. Okay? So, yun yung mga hyping na mind condition nila yung mga, lalong-lalo na yung mga baguhan. No, sa mga, pag mga 3 years ka na sa stock market, huli mo na dapat yung mga ganyan. Hindi ka na dapat nabibiktima. Okay? Now, kung mabiktima ka man, let's say, umakit pa rin eh. Kahit na sinasabi nilang to the moon na or iiwan ka na neto, go to the chart. Diba? Meron tayong charting software. Tingnan mo kung nasang stage. Pwede ka pa bang umakyat? Pwede pa ba ikaw bumili? Titingnan mo yung mga targets na sa taas. Walang masama doon, di ba? So, this is the solution. No? Stay away from chat rooms na nag-hype and mga social media group na nag-hype. Okay? Next, psychological trading mistake. Gambler gambler policy. Okay. Pag pumasok kayo sa casino, no? Huwag kayong mahiya na merong mga pumupunta sa casino. It only means na may pera ka. If you don't have money, hindi ka makakapasok sa casino. Sa casino, pagka naglaro ka ng Russian roulette, di ba? Pula at black lang yan eh. Aside doon sa mga numbers. You can bet on the colors eh. So pag tumaya ka sa black, ang chances mo of winning is 50% dahil dalawa lang yung kulay. So either black lang siya or pula. So pag tumama sa black, you win. Pag tumama sa red, you lose. So yung coin flip niya ng gambler's policy is 50-50 yung chances ng winning mo. Tapos, wag mong isipin, and ito lagi mistakes ng mga nagkakasino, 5 beses na nag-black, okay? Sa tingin ko, on the 6th ikot, mag-red naman. So, totodo ka ngayon, mag-all-in ka sa red. It doesn't matter kasi yung ikot nun, hindi naman niya alam na puro black for the past 5 na ikot ng ginawa niya. So, you treat each trade independently from any past trades. Yun yung solution sa gambler policy. Okay, so wag mong iisipin, ganun din sa stock market eh. 5 beses na akong lugi, mukhang pang-anim, kikita na ako. Doon sa stock na binibili mo, mali yun. Dapat 5 beses ka nang nalulugi, lumipat ka na ng ibang stock. Diba? This stock is not for you. Dapat ganun yung, that's how you combat the emotion ng gambler policy. Okay? Next. Revenge trading. Okay. Ito, nag-prepare ka. Ito, this will happen to you. No? Lagi ito nangyari. Nag-prepare ka ng todo-todo. Mayroon ka ng trading plan. Solid yung trading plan mo. May cut loss point ka. Okay? Pagbili mo, bumagsak. It always happens. Pagbili mo na bumagsak, mag-take ka ng loss dahil may cut loss point ka. Balik ka na naman sa trading plan. Kuha ka na naman ng trading plan. Solid. Binili mo na naman si same stock. Okay. Pagbili mo ng same stock, bumagsak na naman. Nag-take ka na naman ng loss. Balik ka na naman sa trading plan. Okay, mayroon ka na naman uling solid trading plan. Balik ka na naman sa market. Binili mo na naman yung same stock. Kasi, ang laging nasa isip mo, I need to regain my losses. Okay? And then yung number 2 na reason behind it, it can't get any worse. Lagi mong iniisip, ang galing na to sa 2, nasa 1 peso nung bumili ako. Ngayon 50 cents na, siguro naman hindi na bababa. You're wrong. From 50 cents, it can always go to 10 cents. Di ba? So again, pagka nag-commit ka ng ganitong klaseng error or mistake, revenge trading, dahil gusto mong bawian yung stock na nagbigay sa iyo ng loss, you will probably end up having more losses. Okay, so how do you avoid it? Solution, trade smaller sizes. Okay, so kung nalugi ka from 1 to 50 cents, kung maliit lang naman yung size mo, hindi ka slap in the wrist yun. You can always recover that from trading other stocks. Tapos, you try to recover slowly but surely. Huwag kang basta-basta babalik na lang doon dahil gusto mong bawian yung stock. Hindi ka kilala ng stock eh. So, ikaw lang yung galit sa kanya, hindi siya galit sa'yo. And then you can always do paper trading. Kung sunod-sunod na lugi ka, tingnan mo muna, backtest mo muna yung system mo. Baka there's something wrong with the system you're using. Yun yung purpose nun. Kaya nga, as you grow as a trader, makaka-develop ka ng system that will work for you. Maaaring sinusubukan mong gawin yung kiss trading strategy ko pero it is not working for you. Do paper trading muna. Tingnan mo kung saan yung mali. I-tweak mo, okay, mas mo ang gamay ko yung relative strength index, RSI. So I will not use stochastics anymore. Ganun lang yon. Hindi ako masyadong kampante doon sa laggard na volume indicator. Mukhang mas mabilis magbigay si moving average. So yun yung pagtitweak mo sa system na naka-embed sa ulo mo, ano yung system na yun? Buy low and sell high. Yun lang naman ang mag-work sa stock market eh. Wala nang iba. Buy low and sell high. So use different indicators and then develop one that works for you. Okay, so makikita mo lang yon sa pag-paper trade mo. Okay? Next. Ito, pinaka madalas mangyari. Halos same thing ito with revenge trading. Falling in love with your stock or a person, no? Ganito yan. Pagka nag-fall in love ka sa isang stock or person, ang tendency mo, you want to get married to that stock or to that person. Okay? And may mga biases kang makukumit. So anong-ano na yung unang makakumit mo na bias? I can change them bias. Yung person na yung lasenggo or babaero, kaso na in love ka. Sabihin mo, pag napangasawa ko to, babaguhin ko to, hindi na siya magiging lasenggo, hindi na siya magiging babaero. So parang hopeless, romantic, di ba? Parang alam mo na nga babaero, inasawa mo, tapos inaasahan mo na magbabago siya. Same thing with the stock. Itong stock na to, through the years, laging pababa ang bagsak. No? Pero sa tingin ko, pag binili ko to, and ako na nag-trade, akyat, mali ka doon. Because history tells you otherwise, di ba? Number 2, this time it's different. Okay? So sasabihin mo rin naman sa sarili mo, pag lalaki or babae yung gusto mo, ito, pangatlong asawa ko na to or pangalawang asawa ko na to. It's different. Same thing doon. Ito, pangatlong trade ko na sa stock. No? Pangatlong trade ko na to, pang-apat na trade ko na to, kabisadong ko na to. Okay, and then number 3 bias, pinaka nagpo-fall victim tayo, Prince Charming. Okay, yung mga babae, laging may illusion niya na sila yung mga princess sa mga Disney tales. Eh. So, dating si Prince Charming, i-save sila and then they will live happily ever after. Ganon din sa stock market. We are on a losing streak. Naghahanap tayo ng stock na okay, masisave ako na itong stock na to. So I will stick with this stock. You are falling in love with that stock na. There's no such thing na yung stock na yun, isi-save niya lahat ng losses mo. Now, merong tsamba. Nakachamba ka sa isang speculative stock, but you don't rely on luck sa stock market. Okay, lagi niyong tatandaan yun. I don't and I will never rely on luck sa stock market. Pag dumating yung luck, bonus na lang yan. And then number 4, I just can't quit you bias. We hate losing eh. So yung stock na yun, kahit na pure loss ang binibigay sa'yo, you want to get back at him, parang revenge trading. And then sa person, we hate breaking up. Same thing with the stock. Instead of 5 beses ka na nalugi sa stock na yon, dapat on the 3rd time pa lang lumipat ka na ng ibang stock. Baka nabawi mo na yung losses mo. No? Pero you just can't quit. Yun yung bias na nakaramdam mo. If you will see, all of these are all emotional hurdles eh. So, kailangan mong counteran yan ng mga market psychology na dapat prepared ka when you get into the market na. Okay? These are things that we discuss na I'm sure nagtitake note kayo or papanoorin nyo ulit ito sa YouTube channel namin, screenshot ninyo, pero you will still commit all of these mistakes. Guaranteed yun. Okay? Part ng learning yun eh. Now, meron din mga nagsasabi, no? Money is made in the sitting. Ito yung common joke namin na sit tight and eat pusit. Okay? Masarap pakinggan niya. But in practice, napakasakit niyan. Okay? Kasi ito naman ang sagot ko dyan, yung money is made in the sitting. On November 7, I don't recall the year, pinost ko ito sa aking sa social media account. Sabi ko, money is made on the sitting, not trading, sabi ng mga nagkiklaim. No? Ang take ko, sabi ko, It is only true when you sit on a winner and not on a losing stock. Totoo naman yan eh. You sit on a winning stock, napakasarap ng pakiramdam, and throughout the journey, kumikita yung, yung trade mo. Patience is a virtue. Ito naman yung sagot ko. Only if you are patient at the right time. And this means you have to be patient on winning stocks and should be impatient on losing stocks. Ito yung cliche sa stock market na let your winners run and then cut your losses. Kasi patient ka dapat dun sa mga umakyat or tama mong trading plan. Maging impatient ka pagka mali dahil dapat kinakat mo na dun sa cut loss point mo. Huwag mo abangan. Sabi nga, you don't wait for the stock na aabot ka sa point na you're asking for divine intervention. That's wrong. You could have sold at 10% loss. No? Hindi ka sinasabing always 10%. Iba-iba tayo ng threshold. You could have moved to another stock na and then could have recovered or made money on another stock. Now, people tend to be patient on a losing stock. Bakit ka nagiging patient sa losing stock? Because we hate losing. So, ang nasa isip mo, pag kinat ko na to, it's a loser. No? It's okay to take losing trades. No? Dahil doon mo nababalidate yung trading plan mo and yung system na ginagamit mo. Now, people tend to be patient on a losing stock, which makes them lose more than they can afford. And impatient on winning stock, kabaliktaran. Kapag umakyat naman, imbis na pabayaan mong tumakbo yung profits mo, kinakat mo na agad dahil nagtitake na, take na ako na ano. So, nami-miss out mo yung huge gains. Mamaya magpapakita ako ng mga chart regarding this example. This is just an example on what is in store for that. Ito na yung pumunta ako ng ano na ito, Cebu. Nag-discuss ako ng market psychology about market psychology sa grupo na yung Wealth Club. Okay, so let's go to the chart. Okay. This is a chart of FNI. Ito, kung nag-sit ka dito, you will be sitting for a long time. Diba? Lalo kung nakabili ka dito sa mga 8 or 9 pesos. Oh. Went down to below 2. Nag-below, parang nag-1 peso pa nga ata siya. So, if you will sit on this stock, this is wrong. Kasi yung period na to from 2016 to 2018, umabot ng 2018, 2-year period din, ang daming stock na gumalaw. It was a very good year. Yung 2016 lang, dapat lumipat ka na sa gaming nung time na yon. No, remember, nagkwento ako ng 2016 mga stock picks ko, Bloomberry, Elco Crown, diba? Nag-akyatan yun 3-4 times, no? 300-400% return. In a very short amount of time, mga 1 year lang, nag-recover ng ganong kalakas yung stock. So, you have to choose the stock that you will sit on. This is another one, yung CHP, CEMEX. Kung nakabili ka sa mga 10 plus neto and then you opted to wait and sit, you will be sitting for a long time. Diba? Again, this is 2017. Ang daming umakyat na mga stocks. House, umakyat. Agri-Nurture, umakyat. LR, umakyat. No? So, Web, umakyat. Why sit on the losing stock? Diba? PPG, PINMA, same thing. Oh, kung nakabili ka sa mga 10 or 12 and you waited, you are waiting, sorry, for a long time. Diba? So, sit on a winning stock. Ano yung winning stock? Example lang to. Agri-Nurture, since 2016, it came from 160, 160, 1 peso and 60 centavos, and reach 18.20. So, you sit on this kind of tingnan mo, tas may mga opportunity pa kasi hindi naman siya talaga going up on a straight line, no? Na-establish nga yung napakahabang support niya. Okay? So kung nag-starting na kayo nun, dapat nakasakay kayo. One of the recoveries, mga ganyan. Ayan. Ang lalaki ng mga recoveries na yan. You're talking about 1380 moving to around 1580. 2 pesos move. Diba? So you should sit on the right side. Ito nga, you don't have to sit, you can trade it eh. Pero if you have the sitting power, from 2 pesos, nasakyan mo to until 18.20. Okay? Nasakyan ko ito eh. Meron akong position at around 180 ata. Nakalimutan ko nga na meron akong position. Nakabenta ako nito at around 12 dito. Hindi ko pa nga nasakyan hanggang 18. Mga 12 lang nagbenta na ako. Pero it came from 180. Nakabili ko ng bagong car no, nung time na yon. So, yun yung mga sitting on the right stock. Okay? Now, how do you control your emotions in the market? No? You have to trade with conviction, not fear. Now, madaling sabihin yan, mayroon gawin, but you have to. So, it's a process eh. Sabi nga, it's a learning process. Yung pag-open mo ng maliit na account at the start, makukumit mo lahat ng mga trading mistakes na pinag-usapan natin. Magkakaroon ka ng conviction later on. Magiging confident ka na sa mga decisions mo. Yun nga, you will still lose, pero hindi ka naaabot doon sa nagdadasal ka sa divine providence. Malaking bagay yan eh. Kasi if you will take the losses doon sa based on your trading plan, you are limiting your losses. Hindi mo siya pinapalaki. Number 2, listen to the market because the market is always right. It's always right. Nag-trading plan ka, you're expecting your trading plan to happen. It didn't happen. Huwag mong kontrahin si market. The market is always bigger than you and he doesn't know you. Okay? So huwag mong labanan si market. Pag sinabi ng market, babagsak yung stock niyan, babagsak, lumabas ka. Okay? Huwag mong kontrahin. Okay? Different yung may contrarian. Mayroong mga contrarian. Buying on dips, bumagsak na ng todo, bumibili. Hindi pa nga ako masyadong confident eh. I would rather buy on dips pag nag-correct na ng konti and with validation na ng volume. Okay na hindi ko siya mabili dun sa pinakamababa. 'Di ba? Na-discuss natin yan sa technical analysis. Okay, number 3, know when to quit and when to push. Mayroon kasing stages na parang na-burn out ka na sa trading. So pag may mga ganon, tama naman yung trading plan mo, pero sunod-sunod mali, quit. Not quit permanently. Quit and then magpahinga ka muna. Treat yourself, pumunta ka sa spa, pumunta ka sa resort, treat mo yung asawa mo sa bakasyon or kasama yung pamilya mo if you can afford. Kailangan natin yon, mag-recharge yung system mo and then balik ka uli sa market. Now, on a roll ka naman, then push it. Diba? Bakit mo pipigilan kung sunod-sunod yung tama mo na decision? Okay? Plan your trade and trade your plan. Ito yung discipline. Pag gumawa ka ng plano, sundin mo. Kasi a plan has a profit target and a cut loss point. So dapat para kang naka-hedge doon eh. Protected ka when it goes up dahil meron ka ng target profit. If it goes down, protected ka pa rin dahil hindi lalaki yung losses mo. Tama? So, discipline naman ang kailangan mo dyan. And number 5, sabi ko nga, 3 aspects importante. Knowledge, patience, and experience. Knowledge, you can get it to seminars, webinars, and then books, and then makikipag-usap ka sa mga colleagues mo. Patience, you can learn that from other aspects in life. Meron kang nililigawan, binasted ka na ng 3 beses, pero you are not giving up. Patience yun. Diba? Meron kang gustong ma-achieve na quota. Sa trabaho, hindi mo maabot-abot. Pero you are still trying. Patience yun. You can apply that sa stock market. And then experience, walang ibang teacher yan if you will not open an account and then trade the market. Swerte nga kayo. I mean, you are in a situation that you are experiencing this COVID-induced crisis kasi this is a great learning experience. So kung newbie ka at na-experience mo na itong COVID-19 induced crisis, para ka na rin naka-experience nung ako na-experience ko yung 1997 Asian financial crisis. Na-experience ko yung kay ERAP 2001, yung DW scam. Na-experience ko yung 2008 US subprime mortgage crisis. Pero kakaiba ito sa lahat ng na-experience ko. Itong COVID-19. No? I'm happy din on my own na i-experience ko. Akala ko worse na yung 1997 Asian financial crisis eh. Diba? Mayroon ba palang mas lalala? So kayo, baguhan kayo, na-experience ninyo ito, savor it. No, huwag kayo mawalan ng pag-asa. Sasabihin nyo, ang pangit naman ng market, kapapasok ko lang, binagsak na ako agad. Yung learning experience niyo dito sa COVID-19 crisis will make you a better trader in the months or years to come. Okay, dahil magiging mas disciplined kayo sa sarili ninyo. Dahil na-experience ninyo yung biglang bagsak eh. Okay? So, embrace the experience and then learn from it. Okay? So we will end our presentation sa market psychology and that. And hopefully, hindi ko man na-cover yung buong market psychology dahil madami pa rin mga emotions na hindi natin na-discuss. Pero ito yung mga always present sa market from the start ng journey niyo until the end. May experience ninyo ng paulit-ulit. When I say experience paulit-ulit, hindi ibig sabihin nun paulit-ulit losses na yung trade nyo. Dapat you have to learn from it. Diba? Ang objective nga natin, ang purpose natin is to make money consistently. Okay, so hindi naman sinabing padamihan ng winning trade or losing trade. Importante, at the end, laging mas malaki yung kita kaysa sa losses. Yun yung pagiging consistent. Okay, so these are my contact numbers, details, no? Email ko, Facebook page namin, mobile number. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you can visit our website. Now, this one is important, yung YouTube channel namin. Kasi nga sabi ko nga, ang balak ko para maging consistent yung community natin, no, maging solid, no. I will post reaction videos. So when I say reaction videos, gumalaw halimbawa si ABS-CBN this week, no? So on Friday, I will post a reaction video para malaman ninyo what happened and what is going to transpire next. No, so hindi ko na gagawing exclusive group like this one since reaction lang naman yan. So mga 15-20 minute reaction lang yan. Ipo-post ko na directly dito sa YouTube channel namin. So I suggest that you follow this, no? And then from time to time, you want me to discuss a certain topic, pwede nyo rin ako message, sir. Inan nyo naman tong ano ba, Mary Mart. Hindi namin mahuli-huli yung galaw. So pwede kong gawa ng reaction yung Mary Mart trades. So magiging consistent yung community natin na, of course, lahat ng tao may biases, di ba? So ako, sa sarili ko, may mga biases din ako. Kaya bigyan nyo ako ng topic na sa tingin ninyo hindi ako bias. Okay? So yun yung mga magiging plans natin in the future. But again, magkakaroon pa rin tayo mga webinars from time to time. Pero yun, yung regular basis yun, yung reaction videos. Okay? I will close the presentation here and then we will proceed to the question and answer. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, you may now start posting your questions in our chat box. But before our Q&A, may we request for a group photo?
Sige, nga pala.
Yes,
Photo
yes.
muna tayo.
Yes. Can we request everyone to open their video or their camera if you can? Miss Dana Ray, are you there?
Open your camera. Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile.
Okay, another one.
One, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Everyone who have questions, please input them at the chat box.
Napansin ko pala, no, nung nag-photo tayo, may mga attendees na from the very beginning nandito, no? So thank you for being patient, no? So yung pangalawang aspect ng trading na na-accomplish na ninyo. Patient kayo from day one. Ang good lang, you were able to cover all the webinar topics. So dapat bayaran ninyo ako ng 300,000 pesos. Joke lang, joke. It's for free. Sabi ko nga, it's my giving back to the community. Okay, anong questions?
Okay. First question from Mr. Neru Medillo. What stock market books would you recommend, sir?
Okay, kukunin ko. Wait lang. Give me a few seconds. Napakaswerte ninyo. I have 3 that I will recommend. First is ito. I hope nababasa ba ninyo? The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Okay.
Yes.
This is the Bible. Okay. Everybody should, if you don't have a copy of this book, at least makahiram kayo, you should read this pag nag-uumpisa kayo. Bakit? Si Benjamin Graham is the boss of Warren Buffett. Okay? Siya talaga yung original na father ng value investing. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, di ba, meron akong binanggit na parang payo, no? Find a mentor, learn from him, and then be better than him. Kasi yung good mentor, dapat yon willing siya na maging mas magaling ka kaysa sa kanya. So, kung makakita ka naman ng mentor na ini-stunt yung growth mo, instead na matuwa sa'yo dahil gumagaling ka sa pagtitrade. Wrong mentor yon. Si Benjamin Graham, siya yung mentor ni Warren Buffett. Okay? So, mas ginalingan pa ni Warren Buffett, siya yung yumaman ng todo-todo. Using the principles taught by Benjamin Graham. So, this is a must sa atin, no? Sa mga nagtitrade, no? Whether you are looking for long-term or short-term, yung Intelligent Investor ni Benjamin Graham. And then next, I have read so many books about technical analysis, no? Market research or everything. One thing I've noticed, yung sa mga technical analysis books, parang minsan, pinahihirapan nila yung pag-explain. Okay? Walang pinag-iba yan sa mga guru sa social media. Kasi kaya nila pinahihirapan. Kasi the more complicated, the more they can charge. Okay? Habang hindi mo naiintindihan, you can always go back to him. Sir, hindi ko pa rin mag-gets eh. So, kada balik mo sa kanya, you will be charged a fee. Sa books, ganun din. Hindi mo ba maintindihan yung una sa volume 1, bibili ka ng volume 2 hanggang umabot na ng volume 5, hindi mo pa rin naiintindihan yung technical analysis. This book changes everything. Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets by John Murphy. This book details everything about the technical analysis in layman's term. Okay? Gusto ninyong maintindihan yung technical analysis at your own pace, ito yung bilhin ninyo. I bought this book sa Singapore. Bagong book lang ito, bagong bili ko. Nadaanan ko ito sa isang library doon or isang bookstore. And nung una pang ang pagdaan ko, hinawakan ko siya kasi nag-iisa na lang siya doon eh. Kaso mahal, medyo expensive. So sabi ko, parang nabasa ko na naman lahat ng book sa technical analysis. Huwag na lang. Hindi ko binili, pero hindi ako nakatulog. When I went back to the hotel, hindi ako nakatulog. I was thinking about the book. And then the following day, may mga meetings ako. Alam niyo, unang-unang ginawa ko, bumalik muna ako dun sa bookstore and I bought this book. And I was glad I bought it kahit na medyo mahal siya dahil sobrang na-refresh yung aking learnings sa technical analysis. No? Kahit na 25 years na ako sa market, last year ko to binili. Kahit 25 years na ako sa market, binili ko to and I'm really happy that I did. The next book, parang biography siya. A Man for All Markets. Math teacher siya na gumamit siya ng scientific approach or method to win in the casinos and the capital markets. Ang ganda niya kasi step by step, nagko-commit siya ng mistakes. So sa mga baguhan, maganda ito basahin. No? And then meron siya mga system na tinuturo na it really works. It really works. Na ginagamit ko din. Now, on hindsight, okay, syempre yung Bible natin, yung kay Jesse Livermore, no? Maganda ring basahin yon. What else? Yung kay Peter Lynch, yung how beating Wall Street, no? So okay din basahin yon. Any other question?
Next question from Mr. Maximiano. How do you avoid being hyped?
How do you avoid being hyped? Okay, there's only one probably step that you have to take, no? Dapat ma-hype ka. Pag na-hype ka, you know na sa susunod na in-hype lang ako nitong guru na to or nitong group na to. Kasi if you don't experience it, hindi mo naman malalaman na na-hype ka eh. Diba? So titingnan mo, at face value, he was just recommending a stock. Pero hindi mo alam, nasa stage ka na pala ng soccer. So kailangan ma-experience mo siya. Okay?
Okay. Next question from Mr. Jeff Robles. How do you scale up or adding more? Sir, when the stock is moving with your bias or going up?
When it's going up and then breaking resistances with, ano sinasabi ko lagi, volume. Kasi if it breaks a resistance, it establishes a new trend or a new range because the resistance become a support. It will only become a support pag merong volume na nasusustain yung pag-akyat.
Okay. Next question from Mr. San Miguel. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. For those who are ipit in speculative stocks like me, what do you suggest if the stock has good potential in the future? For example, dito next year, IRC 2024, and you're willing to wait 5 years. Should you cut if you're too down and move to an uptrend stock now?
Okay. Let's say you are at a percentage na hindi mo na kayang mag-cut loss. Ano? That always happens. Eh. Parang sasabihin mo, pag nag-cut ako at this price level, eh, parang nag-suicide na ako. Di ba? So what do you do? No? Nandoon ka na sa stock na yon and at that situation. I will only buy, no, for example, like yung sinabi mo dito in IRC, based on the developments of the company. Kasi alam na natin eh, yung dito nag-speculation siya ng third telco, umabot siya ng 8 pesos. Yung IRC nag-speculation siya from 1 peso, umabot ng 3 pesos. Okay, so ano ngayon siya? Dito is now the third telco. IRC is now the Makati Subway proponent. So tapos na yung speculation. Developments na yung inaantay mo. Sa dito, tingnan mo kung if you will be able to put up the towers at kung ano-ano pa yung mga kailangan para maging telco company siya. Sa IRC naman, you also wait. Tingnan mo, marirealize ba yung paggawa nila. Both naman are providing updates. So tingin ko yung mga projects nila will happen. Now on your own, habang bumababa yan or naka-flat siya, sideways na, use yung natutunan mo dito sa tinuro natin sa technical analysis. Hindi ibig sabihin mababa na, bibili ka na rin. So you wait for the volume to come in. And yung volume na yun has to be sustained. So hindi siya pwedeng isang volume spike lang wherein akit siya ng 1 or 2 days then magko-collapse na. So false breakout yon. So kailangan sustained yung volume. Ibig sabihin nun, there is probably a fund buying into it or the public is really jumping into the stock based on the development. So yun na yun, you are now trading the development. So if you want to add ka doon sa mga may developments and accompanied by volume.
Okay. Next question from Ms. Tintin. Sir, saan po kami pwede humingi ng advice about trading?
Okay. Well, number one, your broker. No? Kung saan ka mayroong account, the broker should provide you with at least a newsletter. Kung wala silang newsletter, dapat you can always call them and ask for. Ayun ang problema dyan sa sa online and traditional. Pag traditional kasi, you have to go to the broker, tatawag ka. So, yun din ang advantage ng traditional kasi on the phone or sa social media or sa mga text, you can talk to the broker. Unlike yung meron kang trading platform na you're on your own. Ang pagkakaiba lang nun, may time pa rin na element yung tatawag ka pa. Pero kung hindi ka naman nag-ahabol ng mga presyo, okay lang yon. Pero kung ikaw yung trader na tipong nag-speculative ka, it's better na may online trading account ka. So yun. And then pwede ka din humingi ng mga advice sa mga or follow ka ng mga guru sa social media. Piliin mo na nga lang kung sino yung mga nang-hype or hindi. Okay, so paano mo malalaman? Again, by experience. Diba? And then, ito, yung community natin na to, if we will be able to sustain this, pwede kang magtanong sa akin from time to time. Every time meron akong webinar, kagaya nito, you can always ask questions.
Okay. Next question from Chari Ciruela. How do we differentiate greed from being patient on a likely winning stock?
Okay, greed and being patient. Greed, walang metrics or wala kang system na sinusunod. Umakyat siya without volume. So ibig sabihin pwedeng mag-collapse siya anytime. So instead of selling at your profit targets, inaantay mo dahil greedy ka lang. Yung being patient naman, nakikita mo nagbe-break ng resistances and nasusustain with volume. Okay yun. Ako okay yun. I might even add pa nga eh. Pag nag-break ng resistance tapos may volume na kasama and sustained for several days, I might even add. No? So yun yung pinagkaiba nun. It's not a matter of justifying your position kasi kita naman eh. You cannot deny the fact na may volume na pumasok against sa walang volume na pumapasok. Next question.
Okay, next question from Jeff Robles. How do you manage buying back from being shaked out?
Buying back? Okay. For example, nag-cut ka na at 10% loss. The stock went down further. Kailan ka bibili? Same thing din eh. Based on our technical analysis, I will go back pagka may volume na, meron ng public participation.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Richard. Hi, sir. Is it okay to just blindly follow the stocks bought by the institutional investors? Kumbaga, riding with the wave.
No, it's not. No? Kasi iba yung reason nila for buying and yung reason mo for buying din. May mga institutional investor na bumibili. Kasi ang purpose nila, they want to get to a certain percentage. So, pwede silang nag-aspire na magkaroon ng board seat doon. So, it doesn't necessarily mean naaakat yung stock, pero bili lang sila ng bili. Every time somebody sells, binibili nila. So, nag-accumulate sila for a certain reason. It's not because they want the stock price to go higher. Meron din namang bumibili din dahil pinoprotektahan nila yung debt exposure nila. Kasi naka-collateralize yung shares nila. So, it doesn't always follow na pag bumibili si institutional, sasabay ka na. So price action pa din yung titingnan mo.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Jeff Robles. Do you buy on gap ups? Example, suddenly a stock broke out from its consolidation with the gap up.
That happens very often sa stock market. Lalong-lalong na pagka mayroong biglaang developments na na-confirm. So masyadong good news akit. You can do that. But again, always set target profits kasi may tendency yung price na once the enthusiasm stops or wanes, bumabalik siya doon sa gap na kinreate niya. So babalik siya doon, bababa. Kung Kung galing naman sa taas yung gap down ang tawag, pwede naman din siyang umakyat pabalik. Kung pataas, that's gap up, pwede rin niyang babaan pabalik din yun. So you have to be careful on trading it. Ano? So mostly momentum trades yung mga yan eh. So do not give into the notion na it will gap up, it will stay forever doon sa taas. Okay, so pag nawala yung enthusiasm, nawala yung volume, sell out ka na rin. Or follow your trading plan. Saan yung target mo, sell ka doon sa target mo. Dahil tino-throw away mo na yung fundamentals ng company nun eh. You are trading the momentum of the stock.
Okay, next question from Mark Caballero. What software to use to track the graph market live?
Okay, madaming mga live chart ano. Sa mga technical sa mga trading platforms usually live 'yan. And then mayroong mga nag-o-offer no, mga independent. Check mo lang sa social media. Ako I don't use a live chart, so I always prepare using static.
Okay. Next question from Jeff Robles. Do you track your performance like having a journal? If yes, how?
At this point in time no sa market na ina-handle ko or sa mga clients na ina-handle ko, I'm handling about 1,000 clients eh. Okay, so hindi na open journal. So I have people supporting me na sa mga record bookkeeping ng mga trades ko.
Okay. Next, Sir, advance request kung okay lang sa'yo for future webinar, volume analysis. Maraming salamat po.
Sure. Magandang topic yon, yung volume analysis. Dagdagan lang natin ng konti kasi medyo maikli lang yung topic niyan. Nag-iisip ako ng babagay na kasama ng volume analysis.
Yeah. To add on that, I want to remind everyone na to fill out the evaluation form because you can also put there yung mga suggested request nyo ng topics for future webinars. Okay. Next question from Maximiano. Which trading groups are hypers and legit?
Again, I cannot identify them for you, no? So, masasagot mo lang din yan based on your own experience. I'm sure nag-join ka na ngayon sa mga trading groups. So, meron ka naman sigurong sariling conviction. Alam mo kung sino yung mga nang-hype lang or hindi. You will have to answer that on your own.
Okay, next question. From Mr. Robles, how do you position size?
Position size. Okay, it's not a matter of sizing up, no. Lagi akong merong on any given time sa portfolio ko, it's around 3 to 5 stocks lang ang binibili ko. So kung it's ₱1 million, you expect na almost equal yung proportion nun, 300,000 siya each. No, so it's not about position sizing kasi I always do it yung sa system ko eh. So meron akong target. So kung na-reach ko yung target, I will sell. I don't even have to add more, no? Except for a few exceptions na pagka binrake talaga yung resistance with solid volume, I might add more. Ang ginagawa ko naman doon, yung isang account, yung isang stock ko na hindi naman gumagalaw, I'll sell it, i-transfer ko dito. Sa gumagalaw ay nag-break ng resistance. So that's how I manage my trade. No more doon sa position sizing. Good yun kung individual trader ka kasi yun yung managing your money. Okay? So pwede ka siguro, okay, ito yung target price ko, I'll buy a little muna, test, ang tawag nila doon, test buy. Okay. Tapos pagka tumama yung plan mo, you can add as it goes up. Okay din yun. If it will work for you, do it. No? Sa mga baguhan, maganda yung gawin. Okay, sa akin, sa stage ng career ko, I'm maintaining 3 to 5 stocks at any given time.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Madriaga. Sir, at some point when a trade is gaining and it's already at the level of my set take profit, is it okay to sell the capital amount and leave the profit and wait if price can potentially go up still?
Okay yan. On an individual basis, okay yan. Kasi you are protecting your capital. And then you are testing the waters. Kasi nga, it's a learning process eh. So, If you do that and then umakit pa siya, okay, tama yung test mo. Diba? But when it comes to a point naman na pinrotect mo ng capital mo na hit na yung profit target mo and then it goes down. So sa back testing mo, dapat pala sinisell ko na ng todo doon. So I will not say it's wrong or right. You have to experience it for yourself. Pero okay yon dahil there are cases talaga na gano'n. Lalong-lalo na pagka na-sustain ng volume pag binrake yung target mo. Pero you will only know that if you will do that kind of trading. Diba? So, ini-encourage ko kayo na gawin yon. And then learn from whatever result will happen in the future. Walang guarantee sa stock market eh.
Okay, next question from Mr. Madilio. How do we know if an institutional buyer has come in?
Sa mga trading platforms naman nakikita na, identify na kung sinong bumibili. And then may mga trading platforms pa nga na sinasabi nila at the end of the day kung ilang percent yung bumili na foreign against local. So i-explore mo lang yung trading platform mo. Kung wala naman ganon, call your broker and then he will gladly provide you the answer. Dahil meron na yun, available na yun. Yung information na yun.
Okay, next question from Mr. Babiera. Sir, meron din bang tinatawag na stock psychological price? Kung meron, paano po ito?
Okay, ang tawag dyan yung parang psychological resistance and psychological support. Mostly yan yung mga round numbers. Halimbawa, the stock is at 90 cents. Pinlat mo yung charting niya. Ang next resistance niya is at 120. Diba? So 90 ka at 120, so mataas-taas yung target mo. Pero psychological lagi yung 1 peso, yung 1 peso barrier. Kahit na mahina lang na resistance yun, psychological yun kasi it's a round figure and everybody is going to change their trading strategy once it breaks a psychological barrier. Medyo nagkakaroon sila ng confirmation. Wala siyang explanation sa technical analysis, pero you cannot fight psychology ng market eh. So kung ang tao, iniisip nila, resistance yung 1 peso, kahit nasa chart, tinignan mo, hindi naman resistance, it will be a resistance psychologically. So the same manner din sa baba. Kung nasa 120 na yung stock, tapos ang sunod na support is nakikita mo 90 pa. Pero people are started positioning at 1 peso kasi psychological support yung 1 peso.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Reyes. Hi, Sir Ferdy. Thank you for giving back to the community. I would just like to ask how we could say that a stock has volume in technical terms. Is it on volume based on average? Thanks.
Yes, volume based on average. So you have to look at a certain period of time. Pagka short term or ang basis mo, tingnan mo na agad yung mga 30-day volume average niya. Kung 30-day volume average niya, nag-trade siya ng 1 million per day. And then all of a sudden, succeeding days, nag-trade siya ng 3, 4, 5 million. That's an uptick. So may volume spike na yon. So that is a good indication na people are coming into the stock. Okay, so based on volume average talaga siya. Kung longer time frame, you have to check on 1 year volume average or 2 years, no? Depende sa time frame ng trading na pinipili.
Okay, next question from Mr. Steve Delmar. For Chart Nexus na 3-year free, static or EOD lang ba, sir?
Static siya. So end of day siya nag-update. So wala siyang live charting.
Okay. From Mr. Jobray. Due to advancement of technology, totoo po bang mawawala na yung manual graph analysis?
What do you mean manual graph analysis? Wala nang nagpa-plot ng sarili, no? Dahil may mga system na. If you mean to say naman na yung mga, anong tawag doon, yung mga bots or something, yung mga black boxes, you will still use technical analysis. Kasi yung mga yun, nag-react lang din sa trading ng tao eh. So, on their system, na-identify lang nila yung support and resistances din, no? Yung mga black boxes na yun. And how do they do that? They look at the charts din. Naka-base lang nga siguro sa sa computation ng isang computer instead of a human doing it on his own.
Okay. Next suggestion from Mr. Malana. Sir, for the volume analysis and risk management po, if pwede sa mga susunod na webinar natin.
Sige, i-consider natin yan.
And ayan, I would just like to remind everyone to please fill out the evaluation form. You can request their topics for future webinar topics. Okay. Next question from Mr. Rod Berano. Sir, paano kayo nag-start mag-trade before?
Okay, mahabang kwento yan. Ano? That was 26 years ago. Na-discuss ko na yan eh. If I'm not mistaken, doon sa 101.
101. Yes.
So, panoorin nyo na lang. Mahabang kwento yan. Nauubos tayo ng mga 1 hour pa ulit.
Okay. Next question from Mr. Paul. Sir, do you also trade in other markets aside from PSE?
Okay, I don't only trade. I am also a certified, no? So licensed ako. If you look at my profile, speaker profile, no? I think pinopost naman dito from time to time. Licensed ako to trade other markets talaga.
Okay. Next question from Miss Kathleen Ong. Sir, can you give your top 3 stock picks?
Hindi ka nakanood nung yung The Worst is Over. Okay, ipopost yun sa Monday, no? Monday or Tuesday. Nandoon yung sectors and stock to watch. Okay, so abangan mo pagka pinost doon sa YouTube channel namin.
Okay. For more questions, please input your questions in the chat box. Okay. Next question from Mr. Jasmar Guillermo. How to spot a pump and dump?
So technical analysis webinar natin, I was able to discuss this thoroughly. No? Yung DNA of speculation. So nandoon yun. I think nakapost na siya sa YouTube channel. So I suggest you watch it. Matututunan, madali lang may spot yung pump and dump. Makikita mo yun doon sa webinar natin.
Okay, next question from Mr. Buerano. Sir, applicable po ba market sentiments sa PSE?
When you say market sentiments, ito ba yung mga diniscuss natin kanina? Of course, yes. Not just in the PSE, no? In any markets, itong diniscuss natin na market psychology or sentiments, if you would like to call it that way, nandoon lahat yan, present yan. In any markets, forex, futures and commodities, or yung mga foreign markets like NYSE or SGX, same thing lang yan.
Okay, any more questions?
Okay? If none, ayun, may humabol.
Ayan,
Okay.
thanks for all the sharing, great learnings. How do we pay for you in return?
Pay me
Looking forward doon sa charting live.
Pay me 300,000 pesos. Yung biniscuss ko na webinar na yun is worth more than 300,000, sinasabi sa inyo. Joke lang yun.
Or an ice cold beer.
I'm easy to please. Lagi ko nga sinasabi, how do you thank me? If out of all of these webinars that we did, at the end of the year, you make 20-30% return. Doon yung contact numbers ko and I would gladly share an ice cold beer with you. Kahit nga hindi ikaw magbayad, ako magbabayad.
Dapat PSN.
Pagka mo naman yung speculation and kumita ka ng limpak na sa lapi, you can always buy me Eleanor, yung kotse na gusto ka. Okay? So, yun lang yan. Hopefully, itong gift ko sa inyo sa birthday month ko na to is nakatulong sa inyo. And it's the first time I did a webinar and I'm getting used to it. Kaya nga sabi ko sa mga susunod, reaction webinars, reaction videos naman ang gagawin ko para real time siya. Okay? Thank you so much and share ninyo yung YouTube channel because I want everybody to learn without losing a lot of money. Kasi may mga nagtuturo and maganda rin naman ang ginagawa nila. Kaya lang sobrang mahal ng mga sinisingil nila. This should be free. No? Dahil if you're making enough money in the stock market, you have to get back. No? Ito yung giving back ko sa inyo. So thank you so much and hope to see you doon sa mga live reaction videos na ipopost ko. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending. Thank you, guys. Yan. Please follow our YouTube channel, guys. Sa mga hindi pa nakaka-follow dyan. Okay.